Hi everyone, and welcome to a episode of Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the astrology symbol and archetype and the zodiac sign Sagittarius. Okay, and for any of you guys that have just begun watching this, or this is the first video that you've watched, I highly suggest that you click on the playlist Aries and you begin from there, because I am working through the constellations in a systematic way, and every single sign that comes before the sign that I'm talking about, so in this case Scorpio for instance, leads into the sign, so there's information about that. And so when I'm speaking over here, you'd probably get a lot more understanding of the nature of why Sagittarius is next in line relative to the circle. So I have, in fact, this will be part of the playlist, so for any of you guys that are out there, just check that out. Start at Aries. They're only about 10 minutes long, and they will, give you some better understandings of why, how, and how the signs work, etc., etc. Okay. So thanks for that, but welcome to the show. For anybody that has just started, thanks very much for taking the time to come over and see what I have to say. So Sagittarius, the sign, the constellation, the zodiac. As you guys know, every single constellation is an archetype within our consciousness. It's a reflection of the way that nature operates, and so they have the blueprints, they have the seeds of how this energy works. So what I'm doing with you right now is sharing with you the bottom line, the ground of where everything comes from, the roots of the sign, so that you can understand how it works within your own life, okay? So this will relate to anybody that's got a sun sign in Sagittarius, they've got Jupiter somewhere in their chart, maybe the 9th house, or they've got lots of planets in the 9th house, or they've got lots of planets in Sagittarius, for instance, okay? Right. So Sagittarius, the philosophy, the understanding of exploration, the realization of multiple realities, the realization of multiple truths, the realization and understanding of different cultures. So Sagittarius will relate to diversity. In other words, the ability to explore and understand that everybody has a reality that is separate from your own. So therefore, their experience of reality, their truth of their reality, their philosophy of reality will be diverse and different. Okay, so Sag teaches us how we are able to understand that there are different realities existing, okay, that there are individual, for every single person they are individual, and then through that process will teach us how we connect those philosophies through the opposition Gemini by speaking, sharing our opinions, okay, and understanding that these philosophies are all aspects of the truth, but not the totality of the truth, okay? In other words, that is Pisces. The totality of something, the full circle of a truth, relates to Pisces, whereas Sag will talk about a pie piece, in other words, a aspect of the truth. So there are two great examples that I'd like to share in terms of how Sagittarius works in our lives. Number one, you can take somebody that is, we can take a dance scene, for instance. No, wait, let's take a person that is standing on a chair and then falls off, okay, falls off a chair. And you take somebody that's standing at 45-degree angle, looking at this experience, this happening, and you're taking somebody that's standing at 90 degrees and somebody that's standing at, like, say, 75 degrees. Every single one of them will have a different perspective of what happened, okay? But because of the nature of the circle, there are aspects or parts of the circle that we are not able to see and we are limited by. And so Sagittarius relates to that experience. It's that experience of seeing that we can only see what it is that we see from our perspective, but from the other person's perspective, we can't see that because we're not there. But their truth of what they saw and your truth of what you saw are completely valid, but they are not the totality of it. So it's not the total truth. This is, again, the reason as to why Sag will then relate to how we communicate our different experiences with the other. And so when we share Sagittarius, the transmigration of information from another person to another person, when we share our perspectives, we then add to the totality of the perspective. And if you have somebody that is, we have like a circle with 360 people, and every single one of them has their truth. When you put it together, you have the totality of the truth because the whole circle has been experienced. So Sagittarius will relate to an aspect of the truth, and that aspect of the truth will then become our philosophy, what it is that we experience, what it is that we know. So Sag then relates to that. And now it relates to cultures. The reason why it relates to cultures is because if you look at the diversity of cultures that exist in our world, they all have a specific underlying philosophy. this philosophy is the Sag beliefs, our belief structure, what we believe relative to our experiences. So somebody that is living in, for instance, Australia with lots of sun will believe that sun is good for you, and this is next, and that's this, the day is just, you know, our life is just the sun shines. And somebody that lives in England, for instance, will not experience much sunlight all the time. Yet when they sort of like meet each other and they have a conversation, their relationship to each other is going to be like, yeah, but the sun's always shining. And the other guy goes, no, but the sun never shines. And so it's that relationship between two people's truths that correlates to Sag as well. It is about convincing, because our cultures are different, our beliefs are different, but we have security in that belief, we have security in that understanding. And when we share our different truths, what happens is that we as human beings experience an insecurity. Okay, and so we have to then convince other people of the truths, because the more people we have on our side relative to our truth, the more comfortable we feel that we are feeling something that is right. This is a very deep teaching of Sag. It is about how we are investing our security and value into truth. And so therefore our truth will always be projected onto other people, telling them that their truth is the same as our truth, where it's not the case. So Sag will also have that conflict where it will come across feeling as if it is fanatical about its truth. So one of these beautiful ways in which you can see this in our own lives is taking the idea of Christianity and then telling everybody that this is how they need to live their lives. But of course, everything's individual. So how is it possible that this understanding of people's different truths existing and being respected? It doesn't. So it's about mass in numbers. Everybody needs to believe what I need to believe for me to feel secure. So convincing will be the case. We need to convince others of the truth, whereas all we need to do is just realize that our truth is our own and that somebody else's truth is our own, but it is not the totality of the truth. It is just part of it. And so we share each other's truths to get that complete understanding. I hope that wasn't too deep or complicated. If you did feel like you needed more understanding of that, please write in the comments below, and I'll be most happily to share more of the stuff. But that's what Sagittarius is about, our belief structure, our security. On the more mundane level, Sag, Jupiter will relate to our expansion. Again, the whole purpose of this expansion process is about understanding the totality of truth. So we go out to explore, which is why the symbol looks the way that it does. We're shooting the arrow into the distance as our goal, and then we're going after the arrow to see where it landed. And that journey that we go on relates to that experience. So people that have got a lot of Sagittarius, people that have got a lot of energies in Sag will go and feel that they need to explore the world. They need to discover, they want to know what is out there. And it's a fascinating thing, to be honest. So Sagittarius will relate to the fire triad with Aries, self-discovery, right? And then Leo, discover and express who I am, find out who it is that, what it is that I believe, etc., and express that into the world, as I'm doing with you guys right now. So that's a Sag archetype. It's part of the fire triad of Aries and Leo, and the relationship that they have to them, etc. It is also part of the mutable cross. And this is exactly why we have the illusion of different beliefs, because Sag is different beliefs, diversity in beliefs and philosophies, and Pisces is about everything being connected. And so this is the reason as to why you'll see loads of beliefs having the same similar connection to spirits, but at the same time not having the underlying philosophy being different. So yeah. Okay, guys, I hope that was insightful and interesting, and brought some insights and awareness to the nature of Sagittarius. If this excited you in some way and wanted you to learn more about the nature of astrology and as such, come over to my website, simonvorster.com, straight afterwards, and check out my site, see what I've got over there. If you want to book a reading with me, as I'm an astrologer and I do this, then feel free to. All my prices are over there at this point in time, and give yourself that opportunity to become aware of yourself more deeper through this archetype and through the work that I do. Okay, guys, thanks very much. If you like the content, hit the like and subscribe button, as I will be bringing more of this stuff to you. And until then, have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.